Good day to you, Mustangs. Welcome to a very special broadcast. I'm Keiko.
And I'm Eiko.
And I'm Miss Weather.
And I'm Kadak.
And this is
Meteorologist Lee Ringer from Time Warner Cable News.
Welcome back to the Mustangs Broadcasting Network, MBN.
We're live on the web with this special broadcast interview. Today is Monday, December 7th, 2015. We're broadcasting today to interview our special weather reporter, Mr. Lee Ringer of TWC News.
Thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule to sit and chat with us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
So how did you actually become a weather reporter?
And is it the same thing as a meteorologist?
Well, a weather reporter on television is a meteorologist. A meteorologist is someone who studies or someone who predicts the weather. So that's my job on television. And early on, when I was about your age and maybe even younger, I grew up not too far from here in South Carolina, and a tornado came through my hometown. And when that tornado went through my town, I saw how much damage that it did, and I wanted to learn more about how weather could cause so much destruction and what we could learn from that so people could stay safe. So I decided pretty early on, at a young age, that I wanted to be a meteorologist, and I just happened to want to be a meteorologist that worked on television to tell everyone what the weather is going to be like.
What inspired you?
Well, that tornado I was telling you about is part of what inspired me to be a meteorologist, but there were other storms as I was growing up. For example, there was a big hurricane named Hurricane Hugo, one of the strongest hurricanes that hit the Carolinas, and it went almost right through where I lived in South Carolina. Again, it caused a lot of damage across the state and in here in North Carolina too, and I wanted to learn more about how that weather could cause so much destruction. But it's not only about bad weather. Even when the weather's not bad, even when it's good weather, we still want to prepare for our day based on the weather, whether it's going to be sunny, rainy, cold, or hot. So it's inspiring to help people prepare for their day.
And what was so special about the weather that made it want to be your job?
Well, it's that interest that I got at a very young age, so I'm able to go to work every day and talk to everyone on television about something that I love and something that really interests me.
How hard is it to predict the weather?
Well, some days are more difficult to predict the weather than others. A lot of times when we have just sunny weather for days on end, that's an easier forecast. But when we have these big weather systems that are changing, that may bring us rain, and now as we get into the winter months that may even bring us snow, sometimes those are more difficult to predict. And we have to study weather patterns and weather systems as they move across North Carolina and the country and the entire world and predict how that's going to affect us for today, tomorrow, and even for the next week.
Do you do anything special when you're on set?
Well, I have to prepare for my broadcast every day. As you know from your broadcast, you can't just walk into the television studio and be ready to be on television right that minute, can you? It takes some preparation time, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So as a meteorologist, I have to get to work early, very early in the morning while most of you are sleeping to make the weather forecast, to make the weather graphics that you see, like the 7-day forecast that you see behind us when we're on television. And I have to make myself look at least a little presentable so when people turn on their TV, they're not too scared away. And so there's a lot of preparation work that goes into just being ready to be on television. So my job is more than just standing in front of the camera telling everyone what the weather's going to be like for that day.
How do you prepare before going on live?
How do I prepare for going on live?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's making that forecast, studying those weather systems we talked about as they move across the country. That's how I can develop that forecast every day. And then I have to make those graphics. I have to get myself ready. So that's all the time. That's all the work that goes into preparation for my broadcast every day.
And what's your best advice for us here at MBN?
my best advice is to study hard, keep practicing, because the more practice that you do, the more broadcasts that you do, you get better. And that's not just in what you do here as your broadcast, but any part of life. It's all about practice and studying hard. And so if you want to pursue a career in television, it's important to stay in school and get good grades. All subjects are important. Reading and writing, of course, is important, but math and science and social studies is too. And get those good grades so you can go on to college, where for 4 more years you'll study more of those subjects, and then you can pursue a career in television, or if you decide you don't want to be in television, there are a lot of other great careers that you can pursue as well too.
We want to thank you again, Lee Ringer of TWC News, for joining us here at MBN for a special broadcast interview. Mustangs, we hope you enjoyed this special report. Tune in tomorrow for a new and improved weather update.
This has been an Irwin Mustangs news broadcast for Monday, December 7th, 2015. On behalf of all of us here at MBN, have a wonderful day and a most magical Monday.